Stop. Don't scroll. Before you open your banking app again, listen to me. I am speaking about your money, your bills, your salary, your debt, and the hidden trap that has been quietly draining your money and your peace. I see the way your stomach tightens when you think about rent, credit card payments, loan installments, and due dates. I see the fear that comes every time a bill arrives. In the next few minutes, I will expose one mindset that has been silently controlling your financial life, and I will begin to break its power over you. You are not here by accident. Out of all the videos and notifications you could be watching right now, you are listening to a word about money, about finances, about provision and debt. Take a slow breath in, and as you exhale, whisper, "Lord, speak to me about my money." This simple act opens space inside you for me to work. I am not distant from your financial struggle. I know the exact number in your bank account, the balance on each card, the loans and debts in your name. I have seen every transaction, every late payment, every attempt to calculate how you will survive until the next salary. My child, I am not ashamed of your numbers. I am not shocked by your debt. I do not measure your value in dollars, euros, or any currency of this world. Say quietly with me, "My value is not my money." Let these words sink in like medicine. For years, you have treated your balance like a mirror of your worth. When the account was full, you felt important. When it was empty, you felt small. But you are not a number. You are my son, my daughter. Your worth was defined long before you ever had a salary or a bill in your hand. Listen carefully, because this is where many lose years of their life and their money. There is a hidden trap in your bills and debt. It's not only draining your money, it is draining your peace. The trap is fear mixed with shame. Fear tells you, you will never get out of this. You will always be behind. Shame whispers, this is all your fault. You are stupid with money. You don't deserve financial peace. As long as these voices rule your heart, no financial breakthrough will feel real, even if extra money comes. You might receive more, but you will still live like someone who is constantly in danger. If you stay with me for the next moments, I will start untying this knot inside you. I am not offering you instant riches. I am offering something much deeper, a new way to live with money. I want you to learn to see money as a tool, not as a master. As long as money is your master, every bill feels like a threat. As long as money is your God, every loss feels like the end of your world. But when money becomes a tool in my hands and in yours, it loses the power to define you. You may still have debt, you may still have payments, but you will no longer be a slave to them. Beloved, before you open your banking app again, I want you to open your heart. Put your hand over your chest and say, "I am a steward, not a slave." Say it again with a little more courage. I am a steward, not a slave. A steward is someone trusted to manage what belongs to the master. When you see yourself as a steward, you remember that your job, your salary, your income, your business, your savings, and even your debt are not isolated from me. They are part of a story I am willing to rewrite with you. In a moment, I will show you one simple step that can become the turning point for your finances. But first, I want you to feel my gaze over you. I do not look at you with disappointment. I look at you with compassion. I have seen nights when you could not sleep because of money worries. I have watched you refresh your banking app over and over, hoping a payment would come through. I have seen you standing in line at the supermarket, praying silently that the card would pass. None of this is hidden from me. I was there in every anxious breath. Now breathe again, slowly. As you inhale, receive my peace. As you exhale, whisper, "My value is not my money." You might think these words are small, but they are already breaking the hidden trap draining your money, the belief that financial struggle equals personal failure. I am uprooting that lie. Your mistakes do not disqualify you from my help. Your confusion does not push me away. I am here right now, ready to walk with you until financial fear no longer rules your days. Today will not finish the whole journey, but today can be the day your journey changes direction. Within these next minutes, I will touch the way you see your salary, your bills, and your debt. And later, when you face your numbers again, you will not face them alone. You will remember this moment, this breath, this sentence echoing inside you. I am a steward, not a slave. My value is not my money. Stay with me. Let me keep speaking to the part of you that money has hurt the most. My child, let me talk to you about the story you rarely tell anyone. the financial story that lives behind your smile. Your salary comes and in a few days it is gone. The rent, the groceries, the transport, the school fees, the minimum payment on the credit card, that loan you took in a moment of desperation. It looks like your money evaporates. You open your email and see messages about due dates and late payments, and a part of you wants to close everything and pretend they do not exist. You avoid certain phone calls because you are afraid they are about debt. You feel exhausted before the month even begins. I see every part of this. I am with you when you stand at the ATM wondering if there will be enough for this week. I am with you when you refresh your banking app hoping that a transfer has finally arrived. I am with you when you help your family even when you know it will leave you tighter than before. You have carried a heavy load for a long time. You have tried to be strong for everyone, and deep inside you feel alone with the numbers no one else sees. Take a breath and whisper, Lord, you know my financial story. You don't need to hide details from me. I already know them all. Listen carefully here, because this is where the hidden trap becomes stronger. You do not only fear lack of money, you have begun to believe that financial struggle is your identity. You look at others who seem to always have enough, new phone, new car, vacations, nice restaurants, and you feel smaller. Social media shows you images of success, and your heart translates them into accusations. Look at your life. You are behind, you are late, you will never have what they have. Without noticing, you began to see yourself as the one who never gets ahead, the one who is always catching up, the one who is bad with money. My beloved, this is not how I see you. Say quietly, my value is not my money. Say it again until your mind starts to resist. My value is not my money. You are not defined by the size of your salary or the size of your debt. You are defined by my love for you. When I look at you, I do not see broke, behind, failure. I see someone who has fought, who has carried responsibility, who has given even when it hurt, who has survived situations that would have crushed many others. You are not lazy. You are tired. You are not worthless. You are wounded, and I am here to heal, not to condemn. There is another side of your secret story. Sometimes, to escape the pressure, you spent money to feel something different for a moment. A meal out, a small gift, a new item you could not really afford. For a few hours your mind calmed, but afterwards the guilt and anxiety came back stronger. You asked yourself, why did I do that? I know I can't afford it. Shame added more weight to your shoulders. Hear me, I know the pain that pushed you to those decisions. I'm not surprised by your attempts to find relief. I want to offer you a better relief, one that does not lead you deeper into debt. If you stay with me for these next minutes, I will begin to untangle this pattern. Financial breakthrough does not start with a big deposit. It starts when you stop running from your numbers. It starts when you face your real situation, with me by your side. It starts when you believe that you are loved even before things are fixed. Place your hand over your heart and say, I am a steward, not a slave. A slave avoids the problem because fear is too loud. A steward looks at reality because they know the master stands with them. You have also been judged by others. Some people have said you're irresponsible with money, without knowing the sacrifices you make. Others have come to you only when they needed financial help, and when you could not give, they turned away. Maybe even inside your own house, there were harsh words like, you always mess things up. You never plan. You are why we are in this situation. Those phrases pierced your heart and stayed inside as silent labels. My child, I was there in each of those conversations, and I saw the tears you held back. Listen to me. I do not speak to you that way. I correct, but I do not crush. I teach, but I do not humiliate. I will show you better ways with money, but I will never use shame as my tool. Right now, I am removing those labels from your heart. You are not always messing things up. You are not hopeless with money. You are teachable. And that is enough for me to begin a new story. Say under your breath, I can learn, I can change. I am a steward, not a slave. There are moments when you secretly dream of a different life. No collection calls, no constant fear of debt. The freedom to buy what you need without counting every coin. Then reality hits, and you feel those dreams are childish. But I, your father, am not offended by your dreams. I planted in you the desire for stability, for provision, for the ability to bless others. I do not promise you a life of luxury, but I do desire for you a life with financial peace. I want your home to be marked by contentment instead of panic, by order instead of chaos, by wise planning instead of constant improvisation. In a little while, I will give you one simple step you can take today, a step that can become the beginning of your financial healing. But before that, let me comfort your heart. You have survived every month so far. You have walked through seasons you thought would destroy you, and yet you are still here. This is not an accident. I have quietly held you even when you did not notice. There were times provision came from places you didn't expect. A friend who helped, an extra shift, a discount, a door that suddenly opened. Those were not random coincidences. They were signs that I have never abandoned you. Take another breath. As you exhale, say again, my value is not my money. The more you repeat this, the more you loosen the chains of comparison and shame. You are allowed to learn without hating yourself. You are allowed to grow without calling yourself a failure. This is your secret story, and I am rewriting it line by line. Stay with me. Let me continue to speak, because what I reveal next about who you are will change how you face your bills from this month on. Beloved son, beloved daughter, now I want to speak directly to your identity in the middle of your financial struggle. You have heard many voices telling you who you are because of your money. Poor, irresponsible, always behind, never stable. But none of those voices formed you. My voice did. Before your first job, before your first salary, before your first loan or bill, I already called you by name. I already loved you completely. Your value was set long before money entered your world. Say softly, my value is not my money. Let this become like a shield for your soul. You need to know this. I am not only your savior, I am your provider. I am not an angry accountant watching every mistake, waiting to punish you. I am a father who wants to teach you to walk in wisdom. Place your hand over your heart and declare with me, I am a steward, not a slave. A slave lives in fear, always wondering when the next blow will fall. A steward lives in relationship, listening for the guidance of the master. You are invited into stewardship, not slavery. You are not chained to money, you are entrusted with it. Listen carefully, because this is a turning point. Many of my children pray for financial breakthrough, but they still see themselves as victims of money. They think, money controls me. Bills control me, debt controls me. As long as this mindset lives in you, every month will feel like a battlefield you are doomed to lose. But when you begin to see yourself as a steward, everything changes. You realize that I have given you a role, a responsibility and authority, even in small amounts. Your salary, however small it seems, is not proof that I forgot you. It is a tool I want to teach you to manage with courage. You say, but Lord, my salary is too low. My expenses are too high. Nothing I do seems to change anything. I hear you. I see the gap between income and bills. I see the contracts and interest rates that weigh on you. I am not asking you to pretend they don't exist. I'm asking you to let me lead you through them instead of trying to escape them alone. When you think as my steward, you stop asking only, how much do I have? And begin to ask, Lord, how do you want me to use what I have? This question opens a new world of possibilities. If you stay with me for the next moments, I will show you a simple but powerful shift from panic to partnership. Panic says, I am alone against my debt. Partnership says, God and I are working together in my finances. B. Partnership does not mean money falls from the sky. It means I guide you to decisions that bring long-term peace. I may lead you to refuse a purchase that would look impressive but increase your anxiety. I may lead you to accept an opportunity that is humble but stable. I may nudge you to learn new skills, to negotiate a contract, to seek counsel, to cut a certain expense, to address a hidden habit. Each small step is part of my care. Remember those moments when you spent money to prove your worth, to yourself or to others, buying something you could not afford just to feel included, to silence the inner voice saying you are behind. Hear me again. Your worth is not in your money. Say it out loud. My value is not my money. You do not need to buy a place in anyone's heart. You do not need to own certain things to be respected by me. When you truly believe this, you become free to make decisions based on wisdom, not insecurity. There is another truth. I trust you more than you trust yourself. If I did not trust you at all, I would not place any resources in your hands. The fact that you receive a salary, however small, means I have entrusted you with something real. I know you have made mistakes, but I also know you are capable of learning. When a child is learning to walk and falls, a good parent does not conclude, you will never walk. They help the child stand again and take another step. In the same way, I'm not declaring you bad with money forever. I'm inviting you to rise again and walk with me, step by step. Now I will give you one concrete step, a small action with big meaning. Today, before this day ends, choose one bill you have been avoiding, just one. Not all of them, not the entire mountain, only one. Sit down with me and face that single bill. Pray over it. Say, Lord, I am a steward, not a slave. My value is not my money. Help me face this. Look at the real number. Write it down. Ask me for one honest possible step you can take. A phone call to negotiate a partial payment, a plan to divide it, or simply scheduling when you will deal with it. One bill, one prayer, one action. This is how a real financial breakthrough begins. Listen. The breakthrough is not that the bill disappears in a moment. The breakthrough is that fear stops ruling how you respond to it. When you face even one bill with me, you are declaring, money will not rule my heart anymore. You will feel nervous, but you will also feel a strange strength rising inside. That strength is my spirit reminding you who you are, a steward, not a slave. As you repeat this step over time, bill by bill, decision by decision, you will see a different pattern forming, more clarity, less hiding, more planning, less panic. I want you to imagine for a moment a future version of you. This person still has responsibilities, still has bills, still has decisions to make, but they are no longer crushed by them. They know their numbers. They talk openly and respectfully about money at home. They give with generosity when I lead them. They rest at night without rehearsing every debt in their mind. That person is not a fantasy. That person is you, walking with me in stewardship. Every time you say, I am a steward, not a slave, you are stepping closer to that future. Take a final deep breath in this moment. As you exhale, speak these words slowly. My value is not my money. I am a steward, not a slave. Lord, walk with me in my finances. Let this become the refrain of your heart. You will repeat it when you open your banking app, when you receive your salary, when you face your bills, when you are tempted to spend for the wrong reasons. And as you repeat it, I will be there, steady, patient, faithful, guiding you into the kind of financial peace that no balance sheet can ever fully explain. My child, now I want to touch a painful part of your money story, comparison and the pressure to appear financially successful. You live in a world where people post their vacations, their cars, their meals, their shopping bags, and very few ever post their bills, their late payments, or their debt. You see pictures of trips, restaurants and houses, and something inside you says, I am behind, I am failing. Without noticing, you begin to measure your life by other people's highlights. Listen carefully here, because this is where many lose years of their life and their money. You have bought things you did not truly need, not because you are evil or foolish, but because you were tired of feeling like the only one who never has anything new. You said yes to invitations you could not afford because you were afraid of looking poor. You accepted debt to prove to yourself that you were not stuck. You spent money to silence the voice that whispered, you are less than them. And for a moment it worked. For a few hours you felt included, normal, maybe even powerful. But later, when you saw the balance on your card, guilt and fear came back, heavier than before. You asked yourself, why did I do this again? And shame tightened around your heart. Hear me, I saw those moments. I saw the loneliness behind that purchase, the sadness behind that night out, the exhaustion behind that yes. I'm not here to humiliate you, I'm here to free you. Say quietly, my value is not my money. Say it again with intention, my value is not my money. You do not need to buy your way into someone's approval. You do not need to carry debt as the price of belonging. You do not owe the world an image of success. You owe your heart honesty and peace. There is another trap in comparison. Sometimes you look at people who seem to prosper without effort and think I favor them more than you. You say, why do they always have money and I'm always counting coins? You don't know the full story. Some carry hidden debt behind the smiles. Others have made choices you could not see and sacrifices you never heard about. And some truly do have more, but that does not mean they are more loved. I do not divide my affection according to salary. My love for you is not on minimum wage. It is infinite. Remember, my child, my value for you was decided at the cross, not at the bank. If you stay with me for these next moments, I will give you a different lens. Instead of measuring yourself by what others post, you will learn to measure by the peace in your home, the honesty in your decisions, the stability you are slowly building. That is real prosperity, when money stops ruling your emotions. Whisper with me, Money will not rule my heart anymore. When you begin to believe this, the urge to impress will lose its power. You will still enjoy good things, but you will no longer buy them to hide your pain. Think of how many times you felt forced to explain yourself, why you don't have a certain phone, why you don't go on certain trips, why you say no to plans. You felt small, almost ashamed of choosing responsibility. But from my perspective, those moments were victories. Every time you said no to an unnecessary expense to keep your budget alive, heaven did not laugh at you. Heaven applauded your courage. You thought you were losing status. You were gaining wisdom. You thought you were missing out. You were learning discipline. Place your hand over your heart again and declare, I am a steward, not a slave. A slave spends to escape pain. A steward chooses according to purpose. A slave thinks, if I don't show I have money, I am nobody. A steward knows, even when I have little, I am deeply loved and trusted by God. This mental shift is more valuable than a cash gift, because a cash gift can be spent in a day, but a renewed mind will guide every financial decision for the rest of your life. Now listen, because I want to show you where many lose years of their money. They chase the image of financial breakthrough instead of its reality. They buy things to look like they are winning, instead of doing the hidden, quiet work that actually leads to stability. They want others to believe they are free, while their heart and their finances remain in chains. I am calling you to a different path. It is slower, but it is solid. It is quieter, but it is secure. It may not impress everyone, but it will build a life your heart can breathe in. Today, when you feel the urge to buy something just to feel included or important, pause. Take one deep breath. As you exhale, repeat, my value is not my money. I am a steward, not a slave. Ask me, Lord, why do I want this? Is it need, or is it an attempt to fill a void? I will answer in your conscience with peace or discomfort. If you feel a gentle check inside, trust it. Say no, not out of fear, but out of freedom. Every time you do this, you weaken the hidden trap that has been draining your money. I know this feels like swimming against the current of the world around you, but remember, you are not called to mirror the world. You are called to mirror me. I walked on this earth with simplicity and dignity. I lacked nothing essential, but I did not chase appearances. You are my child. You can walk the same way, without arrogance, without shame, with quiet confidence. Stay with me. In the next block, I will give you a clear, practical way to bring order to your money, so that what we are healing in your heart begins to appear in your bank account and in your daily habits. Now, beloved, let's talk about something very practical. Order. Many of my children pray for financial breakthrough, but resist the simple structures that protect money from disappearing. I will not overwhelm you with complicated systems. I will walk with you in small, doable steps. Listen carefully here, because this is where your finances can begin to turn in a real visible way. First, understand this. A budget is not a prison. It is a map. A prison locks you inside and steals your freedom. A map shows where you are and helps you reach where you want to go. Right now, your money feels like it vanishes because there is no clear map. Expenses appear like surprises, but most of them are not surprises. They are simply unplanned. Together, we will create a basic map for your money. Take a breath and whisper, Lord, teach me to map my money. In the next few days, I want you to sit down with a piece of paper, a notebook, or a simple note on your phone. Write 4 words: income, needs, commitments, choices. Under income, write every source of money that comes to you: salary, side work, support, any regular provision. Under needs, write the things that must be paid for life to keep functioning: rent or mortgage, food, essential transport, basic utilities. Under commitments, write debts, loans, credit card bills, school fees, everything you have already signed for or promised to pay. Under choices, write the flexible spending: eating out, subscriptions, new clothes that are not urgent, entertainment, extras. This may feel confronting, but remember, you are not doing it alone. I am with you. Before you start, say, my value is not my money. I am a steward, not a slave. This protects your heart as you look at the numbers. You are not judging your worth. You are simply seeing reality so we can change it. As you list these items, you will probably notice something. The choices category, even with small amounts, often steals more peace than you realized. Many of the hidden leaks in your money are here. Little expenses that seem harmless, but together keep you from breathing. If you stay with me through this process, you will begin to see patterns. Perhaps eating out 3 times a week is quietly erasing what you could use to pay a bill early. Perhaps multiple online subscriptions you barely use are adding up to the cost of groceries. Perhaps buying small items because they are on sale is delaying the day you could clear a debt. I am not forbidding you from enjoying good things. I am inviting you to choose them consciously, not automatically. When you see a leak, do not sink into shame. Instead, thank me for showing it. A leak you see can be repaired. A leak you ignore will keep draining you. Now I want to give you one very clear step. Today, before the day ends, choose one leak to close. Just one. Maybe you cancel a subscription you do not use. Maybe you decide that this week you will cook at home one extra day and put the saved amount aside for a bill. Maybe you stop buying something small every day and keep that money in an envelope labeled freedom from debt. One leak, one decision, one action. This seems small, but heaven sees it as huge because it shows you are walking as a steward. Next, I want to talk about a concept many ignore: margin. Margin is the space between what comes in and what goes out. Without margin, every unexpected expense becomes a crisis. With margin, an unexpected expense becomes manageable. You may think, I can't have margin, everything is already tight. I understand, but even in tight seasons, a tiny margin is possible if you and I work together. It might be the price of one coffee a week, the difference of using public transport instead of a taxi once, the amount of one small impulse purchase you choose not to make. These amounts, placed aside consistently, become your first emergency cushion. It will not appear overnight, but it will grow. I want you to choose a place for this margin, an envelope, a separate space in your account, a jar in your home. Call it Peace Fund or Provision Jar. Every time you manage to save even a small amount, put it there. Before you deposit it, hold it in your hand and say, money will not rule my heart anymore. I am a steward, not a slave. Then thank me for the ability to save. You are training your heart not only to spend, but also to protect. Now let's address giving. Some of my children have used generosity wisely and seen how it keeps their heart free from greed. Others have been manipulated into giving in ways that hurt their household and increased their fear. I do not ask you to give to impress anyone or to buy my favor. You already have my love. I ask you to give as I lead you, with wisdom and peace. As we bring order to your finances, you will be able to give in a way that is sustainable and joyful. When you feel a genuine desire to help someone or to support my work, check it against your map. If giving this amount will cause neglect of essential needs or commitments, talk to me. Sometimes I will say, give this smaller amount now and plan for more later. Sometimes I will say, wait, first bring order, then give from a stronger place. I'm not offended by your questions. I'm honored by your desire to honor me with money. There is one more practical step I want from you this week. Choose a fixed moment, maybe once a week, to meet with me and your numbers. It could be Sunday evening or the night before your salary arrives. Sit down, breathe and say, Lord, be with me in this money meeting. Open your map. Look at what came in, what went to needs, what went to commitments, what was spent on choices. Celebrate small wins, a bill paid, a leak closed, a tiny margin created. Bring your worries, the debt that still looks huge, the month that still feels tight. Invite me into decisions for the coming days. This weekly meeting will slowly transform chaos into clarity. Over time, you will notice that the fear you once felt when talking about money will be replaced by a sober but real peace. Problems will still exist, but you will no longer face them blindfolded. You will see them, name them, and tackle them one by one with me. Stay with me. In the next and final block, I will seal all of this in your heart with hope and direction. I will show you how to walk day by day so that anxiety about money loses its loud voice, and my presence becomes the loudest sound in your financial life. Beloved, we have spoken about your hidden financial story, your identity, comparison, leaks, debt, bills, budget, and margin. Now I want to wrap all of this in something deeper, a lifestyle of peace with me in your finances. What we are building is not a one-time emotional moment, it is a new way of walking. Listen closely, because this is where many stop too early. They feel a little relief and then return to old patterns. I want better for you. First, remember your anchors. They are not just phrases, they are truths that will hold you when anxiety rises again. Say them with me. My value is not my money. I am a steward, not a slave. Money will not rule my heart anymore. These words are like seeds. The more you speak them, the more they root themselves in your mind. When you open your banking app and feel fear rising, pause and repeat them. When you hear someone boast about their possessions and feel small, repeat them. When you sit to pay bills and want to run away, repeat them. You are not trying to hypnotize yourself. You are reminding your soul of what I already know about you. Now I want to shift your focus from constant worry to daily trust. Worry looks at the entire year and screams, "This will never work." And trust looks at today and asks, "Lord, what is the next right step?" You do not need to solve every financial problem in 1 week. You need to walk with me one decision at a time. When you wake up, before checking messages or balances, whisper, "Guide me in my finances today." This simple prayer invites me into your schedule, your spending, your earning, your conversations about money. During the day when you're about to spend, pause. Ask 3 questions with me. Is this necessary now? Is this aligned with my map? Will this bring me peace or pressure? If you sense pressure, wait. If you sense peace, proceed with gratitude. This habit will save you from many impulses that later become regret. Over time, you will notice that your relationship with money is no longer driven only by emotion. It will be guided by conscience and wisdom. I also want to talk about opportunities. As order grows, doors may begin to open. An extra job, a business idea, a chance to learn a new skill, a possibility to increase your income. Many think financial breakthrough is only about cutting expenses, but I also delight in giving you honest ways to earn. When such opportunities appear, do not rush and do not fear. Bring them to me. Ask, does this fit my season? Does this respect my health, my family, my integrity? I will not lead you into something that destroys your soul or your home just to increase your income. Real financial breakthrough starts with how you think, not with a big deposit. Your financial past does not disqualify you from future stability. You have made choices you regret. You have signed things you now wish you had refused. You may still carry consequences for some time. Even so, I can use every lesson. I can turn the years you feel were wasted into wisdom that will protect others, including your children and those who watch your life. Do not hide in shame. Let me redeem even your mistakes. As you slowly walk into better habits, people around you will notice. Some may ask, what changed? And you will be able to say, I started inviting God into my money, one bill, one prayer, one action at a time. There will still be days when fear knocks on your door. A sudden expense, a delayed payment, an unexpected repair can shake your calm. When that happens, come back to this. Breathe, speak your anchors, and talk to me honestly. Tell me what scares you. Tell me what you don't know how to do. Then look for the next possible step. Maybe it is calling to negotiate. Maybe it is asking for help. Maybe it is adjusting your plan. I will be with you in each of these moments. I'm not just God of church moments. I'm God of rent, groceries, fuel, and school fees. I want you to imagine a small but powerful habit to close each day. Before sleeping, take a minute to review your day with me. Where did money go? Where did you feel pressure? Where did you experience provision? Thank me for every sign of care, a discount, a ride you didn't have to pay for, a meal shared, a wise decision you made. Confess any decision that you feel was out of fear or impulse and bring it into the light with me. There is no condemnation here, only correction and guidance. This daily review will keep your heart soft and your conscience clear. Now let's speak about your home. I desire to see peace sit at your table, even if the table is simple. I desire to hear laughter where there used to be arguments about money. I desire to see you talk with those who share your household in a new way. Instead of blaming and accusing, I want you to plan together. Invite me into those conversations. Start small. You might say, let's look at our bills together and ask God for wisdom. I will be present in that moment. My spirit will soften hearts, reduce defensiveness, and bring a shared sense of responsibility. Unity in finances is more valuable than any possession. Your financial breakthrough will not start with the lottery or a sudden miracle check. It starts when your heart breaks free from fear and shame. It starts when you choose honesty over hiding, purpose over appearance, stewardship over slavery. You are already on this path. Every word you have listened to, every phrase you have repeated, every small decision you are willing to take is part of the new story. My child, I will walk with you for as long as it takes. I am not in a hurry to abandon you. I will be there when you pay your next bill, when you close your next leak, when you feel proud of saying no to something that would trap you again. I will also be there when you stumble, ready to lift you up without humiliation. My commitment to you is not fragile, it is firm. If this word is for you, write in the comments, "Money will not rule my heart anymore." Let this be your public declaration, not to impress anyone, but to mark this day in your own memory. Share this message with someone who is drowning in bills and fear, someone who needs to hear that their value is not their money, and come back to hear me again. This is not the last time I will speak to you about your money. Together we will keep growing, 1 month at a time, until peace, order and trust are the normal atmosphere of your financial life.